I want to start this video by apologizing. For the past 5 months, Hogan and I have been walking from state to state, and we've been neglecting you guys. And we are sorry for not keeping you all informed of our travels. We understand that the daily shorts just aren't enough, and there's not really enough time in those to fully engage with you guys and show you what it's truly like to walk the entire country. That being said, from now on, we promise to do better. Welcome to Louisiana.
I start to think that we've got it all. We've got it all. I'm holding it all in my arms again, and I can't complain even after the pain. I'm still standing here.
But before we dive into our 7th state, let's talk about where it all began. On July 14th of 2023, we left our small town of Pratt, Kansas to embark on the journey of a lifetime. I still remember that morning at like 4 a.m. walking out onto the highway for the first time and being like, wow, I'm actually leaving my town and I'm never coming back here. And it's kind of crazy to think back on that and see how far back that was. But also, like, are we gonna fail in the next 2 hours and turn around and walk right back home? So it was the make or break point of this journey was right at the start, which I'm glad we got past. But yeah, there were so many unknowns at this time, and it's actually really cool to go onto the map on our website and see the entire path that we've made and the fact that we've actually walked through all of those states, and now we're here. At the time of this video, I am in Mobile, Alabama. This video here is dedicated to Louisiana. We're just so thankful of all of the donations and kind words and overall cool experiences that we've come across these past few months. It's been such a cool and such an interesting way to live life, even if it's only for a short time. I say short, 2 years, but still. At the time of this video, we're at 19,000 followers on Instagram, 18,000 on YouTube, and like 1,000 on TikTok, which is absolutely insane. I never dreamt that we would be anywhere near this, especially at the start of the year. It's currently February. And it's just super cool to see that people are actually engaged in our content and interested in what we're posting. So I wanted to thank you all so much for that as well. But in the end, I'm super excited to go on this journey with everyone. Those that meet us sign our sign, and you guys can kind of come along in that way. And then also all of our subscribers on Instagram, we made a little short where we wrote down everyone's names on pieces of paper and made a little boat that we sent out into the ocean for all of our Instagram subscribers. So if you want to be a part of our next voyage, make sure to go over there and hit that little subscribe thing. It's only 99 cents for the next 85 people who sign up, so make sure to check that out. We also post photos of our animals, and we kind of chat to you guys about our daily whatever's going on and where we're at. And if you're interested in a little more of the behind the scenes of this walk, feel free to check us out there and say hi. Anyways, on to the meat of the video. After 2,000 miles, that's a lot of miles. 2 pairs of shoes, and 5 months later, we officially cross into Louisiana from Arkansas.
We done darn did it, didn't we?
Yeah, 7th state.
We done darn did it.
Our plan for this state was to walk to downtown New Orleans to meet up with one of our followers, Kat, who hit us up on Instagram. She offered us a place to stay for a few days during Mardi Gras so that we could experience it firsthand and get to see the place without having to worry about finding somewhere to sleep and the like. But before we could relax for a bit, we had a long way to go. Our first day in Louisiana actually went really great for me, but Hogan was having a bit of a tough time.
This is the first day I felt anything in my feet for a while. Me and Matthias have determined that we flip-flop our soles because it's the first day he's not feeling anything, and it's the first day I'm feeling something in a minute, and it sucks. And usually he has to poop, but I gotta poop.
And our first night there actually went super well. We met this wonderful lady who let us stay at her place for the night, and having a couch to sleep on was very therapeutic after weeks of sleeping on the hard, like cold ground every night. And starting this journey, I never thought that there would be so many hospitable people that would help us out and lend us places to stay, but it makes us appreciate the little things more and more, and having a bed is definitely something we take for granted. I was actually watching the Golden Road recently, and they're another travel channel who does this walking thing kind of like we do, and I watched their tent setup video, and they have sleeping pads, they have comforter, and I'm like, man, we just sleep on the rocks and on the hard ground, and I don't know how they fit all that in their little cart. I also saw that they leave their cart outside of their tent, and I was wondering how it doesn't get stolen, but then I watched one of their videos where they show where they stay, and 9 times out of 10 they actually get hosted by somebody, so they're not just sleeping in the middle of nowhere or like in the center of downtown like we are, just trying to hide and not get caught. So they can afford to leave their cart outside, it looks like, which must be really nice. I really do hope we can get to that point where we're hosted or we have the money to rent campgrounds and stuff, so that we're not stealth camping for 2 weeks straight with no showers, because it can get pretty demoralizing. Anyways, back to our regularly scheduled program. That morning, the same lady dropped us off back at Country Cream, so we could continue on.
Dude, shout out to Country Cream.
Which is where we ended the night before. And then she hooked us up with some hamburgers, which were only $2.99 each, which is kind of crazy, especially when any sort of meat these days is like 10 to 20 bucks. So that was super amazing. Also, one of the coolest things about walking into Louisiana from Arkansas was the scenery change. I mean, it was literally like walking into dinosaur land. All of the fauna and the thick brush rising up from the sides and the vines compared to just mass forest everywhere. It was very interesting. Another amazing thing, it was warm. We had been stuck in like 10 to 20 degrees weather for like 2 or 3 weeks, and we were freezing every morning, like rushing to gas stations.
We slept there, okay.
But down here, it's like 60 to 70 every day, so it's like super nice and warm, and it was like a dream come true at this point. A few days into Louisiana, and we had started to run out of food, so we had to stop at this Walmart to resupply. We tie Walmart bags to the back of our cart, so the left side is my side and the right side is Hogan's side, and we do this about every 1 or 2 weeks or so. We normally get peanut butter, honey, bread, some snacks and crackers for the side, and that lasts us quite a while. We also spent some time waterproofing our cart, as we weren't going to let a little bit of rain slow us down. And a lot of our time in Louisiana was actually spent at McDonald's. We were kind of slacking in Arkansas and focused on having a little bit more fun because we were so drained from the cold. But we are working on getting caught back up, and I'm actually doing these videos now, so here we are. It's also nice to be up to date because when a lot of you guys reach out to us, which by the way, we do respond and we do love hearing from you guys. So if you just want to say hi, or if you have a spot maybe we can sleep in your yard, that'd be super cool. Definitely just reach out to us on Instagram. We will be there. It's just super cool to meet everyone. Actually, I met a follower last night here at the Airbnb I'm at right now. He is currently driving through every state, and he's from California, and that was just super cool. It's like we never would have met if he didn't reach out. So if you're like, it doesn't matter what you're doing, it doesn't matter who you are, we love meeting everyone, so say hi to us. We even just went to like a casino with one of our followers and gambled a little bit, so that was cool. I also recorded this little clip of me working out in a tent. Because Hogan has a really hard time waking up in the morning, so sometimes I have some free time and I'll study Japanese or work out, or if I'm really tired, I'll do this to help myself wake up. Most of the journey to New Orleans was just walk, sleep, edit, repeat, all while soaking wet and sticky.
We got caught in a rainstorm, and everything's wet, and I'm wet, and Hogan's wet. And we're sleeping next to an interstate in the center.
These mornings were pretty sucky, but at least it wasn't cold, so you've always got to look on the bright side. This is Kat. She is the energy and spontaneity of both me and Hogan combined. It was insane, but super awesome. She was to be our guide for New Orleans and Mardi Gras itself, so whatever we were doing was pretty much up to her. We started our first day in New Orleans at an estate sale, which was actually kind of cool though, because I had never been to one. Kat bought some posters she found, and then we went out to breakfast. Once night struck, we got hyped up and ready for the French Quarter. We missed the Crew de Veau parade, but the night was still young. Firstly, we got dripped out. I don't know what I was wearing, man. Play the clip.
Yeah, Mardi Gras. I look super drippy. Two Dudes family, I just want to say I love you guys so much. And we are currently on 7 out of 50 states. We are with Kat at Mardi Gras in Louisiana. We're in New Orleans. And this is only my second time drinking. But thank you all so much for everything you do for us. And we love you guys.
We walked around the French Quarter, and we saw this opossum.
Aw, how old is Saffron?
How old is Sappy now? Almost a year.
Sapp, it's nice to meet you, my friend.
We got a staple New Orleans drink, the hand grenade.
Oh! It's okay.
We lost the grenade. It's okay. Cheers, y'all.
That
I didn't record much after this, but we eventually headed to Kat's bar and we drank for a bit before heading home. Oh, we also lost a dance competition to some women that were twerking, so unfortunately we don't have big juice. The next day we woke up and took care of business. Day 2, Mardi Gras.
Oh.
Except we're not going.
We're editing all day today.
Editing today. We had to go to a parts store for a new front wheel on our cart since it got absolutely destroyed on the way to Kat's. But then we edited and relaxed for the rest of the day and the next day. But on day 4, it was finally time to head out, so we started to pack up.
I'm sorry that I hurt you again. I just can't stop chasing this. Oh, this feeling. It's what I was born to do.
Alrighty, next stop, Mississippi.
Yeah.
We did it. We finished Louisiana.
Oh, we did it.
I feel like this is the most successful state we've had.
New Orleans, then we did the thing. We got beads. We did it.
I feel like out of every state we've done, this is one where we're like, yeah, you know, we came here, we did something that we wanted to do, and now it's like it's time to move on to the next state. Yeah. It's like it feels like a solid ending to Louisiana.
Yeah.
Except we weren't out of Louisiana yet, so there's still more to the story. We continued on through downtown towards Mississippi, which was our next state, and we actually had to stop at the Walmart here and buy a brand new cart because we thought that it was just the wheel that was bad, but the entire metal piece of the connector was bent down and the wheel just kept popping out, so we ended up having to buy a brand new cart, unfortunately. But we were back on the road in no time until we started making sandwiches at this gas station, but he kicked us off the property, so we were back on the road again. We continued on and you could tell we were finally exiting the landlocked states because you could cross the bridges and see all the houses on stilts, which is super cool, and all the beautiful water around instead of like the murky, gross lakes that we have in Kansas and everywhere else we've been through. But we officially exited Louisiana when we entered Pearlington, Mississippi, right down on the coast. And that was the end of our long, wet, but amazing journey through Louisiana. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.